Welcome back, guys. Max here, and no intro or any of that fun stuff. Today we're just going to jump straight into the gameplay. I am absolutely super stoked to bring this gameplay to you, and I'm going to try something a little bit different, and I am actually live commentating over the gameplay. Now, I've gone through this and I edited it down, so when I die, all I've done is cut out the waiting time and all that kind of stuff in the interest of trying to keep the video a little bit shorter. I just, cropped it together, so when I die, you're just going to see me kind of come straight back in. But I didn't cancel out any of the deaths or any of that fun stuff. This is the very first time I played the map, and so I wanted to kind of give you a real feel as to how this map plays out. And obviously show you the usual running around the map, not knowing exactly where you're going and getting shot in the back by random enemies that just either A, spawn behind you, or in this particular map have used the flanking routes, and this map is full of them. So first things first, let's dive into what my impressions of this map are, and I've got to say, DICE have absolutely nailed it. This map is phenomenally brilliant. It's awesome. Cannot convey that to you guys enough. This map is absolutely wicked. If you haven't played this map, I strongly urge you to get out there, download this map, and get it, have some games on it and get some gameplay in with it, and learn to play it, because it is absolutely phenomenal. This is exactly the kind of content that this game has been lacking. This map is phenomenal, absolutely brilliant. The layout is perfect. It doesn't promote the usual running around in circles and all that crap. It's got flanking routes out of the absolute wazoo. You can go left, you can go right. You make a left turn and you think to yourself, brilliant, I can go through this alleyway or through this building, pop out the other side. Well, that's exactly what you can do. This map is just absolutely punctuated with ways of going in and out of buildings, blowing up the front of buildings in the same way as you can do in Amiens, which gives you cover and all that kind of stuff. So, if you're running assault, or you're running the sniper class, and we'll get into that in a minute, but if you're running those classes and you've got a support player with you, blowing out the front of these buildings will be absolutely invariable. This map is going to be phenomenal. Now, for those guys out there that I don't own the premium pass, and I know there is an absolute ton of you guys, you have until next month, I want to say it's August 22nd or 21st, when the Gamescom event comes out, and at that point DICE will lock this back behind the premium pay pass wall, whatever you want to call it, that stupid system they've employed. Anyway, right now everybody can play this, and you can tell everybody is in this map because it just plays great. There's no kind of elitist bullshit out there. There's none of that crap, pardon my French. There's none of that. This map is open for everybody. I suggest you get out there, give it a whirl, and just, see what you guys think, because I personally think this is by far the best map in the game by a long mile. Now, I've not figured this map out in any way, shape or form. I've played maybe 2 or 3 more times after I played this game, just trying to get a handle on it, the way it flows and all the rest of it. And right now it's not going to flow, I guess, correctly, you may want to call it that. Everybody in the map, bar a handful that have been playing it all day, are still learning the map. So you're still getting, the randomness of people just running all over the place and randomly popping up and all that kind of stuff before the game kind of learns itself, and everybody starts understanding the flow of the map and knowing where to go and all that kind of stuff. So this is the best time to play new maps, I find. I think they're absolutely great when everybody's just, running around the map like complete idiots, making left turns into dead ends and all kind of stuff like that. And it just adds to the excitement in the game. So, like I said to you before, let's talk a little bit about classes and what class to run. Now, for the super observant of you out there, you'll notice that I am not running my beloved scout class in any way, shape or form. I decided, and I typically do this on a new map, that I would go with something that fires wickedly fast, gives me a little bit more mobility, and certainly gives me some more grenades and all that kind of fun stuff while I figure out and learn the map. I guess pick out the sweet spots and all that kind of stuff as to where I'm going to go, or how I think I will play the game, as a scout. And I have to say, having played this as assault and got killed by the dreaded Hellbeagle, probably every other death, I will say everybody's running the Hellbeagle on this game. This game, I don't honestly think lends itself to scout play. Now, this will be the first map, I think, in my mind, that I can honestly say you can't play effectively, not at this point of the game, at the game time anyway, you can't play effectively as a scout. It's too close quarters. There's too many flanking routes. You'd have to be absolutely on your A game, or more importantly, you'd be standing in a building overlooking a flag and just camping it up and not moving around the map. So, if you are super aggressive and you've got balls of solid iron, which I do, so I will be playing some of this with the scout class, but I don't think this is really a map that is suited for the scout class. Now, those of you out there that complain that there's too many snipers and all that kind of fun stuff in the game, well, here it is. This is a map that I don't honestly think, even in the future, you're going to see a terrific amount of sniping on. You are going to get the the super purist guys that are going to want to snipe on this map, myself one included. I will try and get some really good gameplay sniping on this. It is extremely challenging. It'll be tough, I think, to get decent gameplay with a sniper rifle on this game, and so I will certainly try and produce a video that demonstrates that it can be done, but I think it's going to be extraordinarily tough, and I just don't think you're going to see the scout class on this map at all. So, as I was saying, those of you that do not like the scout class, or you're tired of seeing so many snipers in the game, I don't think you're going to see a terrific amount of snipers in this game in any way, shape or form. Now, that being said, on the flip side of that, of course, now we talk about armor and tanks and all that kind of stuff. Well, each team only gets one tank, and you don't see a huge amount of tanks on the map, in and around the flags and all that kind of stuff. Again, it's too close quarters, so I don't think this is going to be a problem with heavy armor and heavy scouts and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to see it. This is a real in-your-face, grab a gun that has a ridiculously fast fire rate. Get out there, balls deep, and it's just a purebred infantry map. If I sound a little bit discombobulated in what I'm saying, it's because I'm trying to rattle off all the things that I've got in my mind. There's no script. I've not even set out a list of topics that I wanted to talk about. I just literally got the gameplay and just started recording the audio. I am so stoked and excited that we have finally got a map that is the absolute nuts. This is exactly what we've been looking for. It's great. It gives you absolutely everything. The flanking routes are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You can get around absolutely everything, and you're going to see in the gameplay where I'll see a guy heads up, going head on, and I think, screw this, I'm just going to run all the way around the building, come through a doorway. You see me looking, trying to find a doorway or an opening or something like that, and I'm like, okay, I'll come around behind him. Now, I screw this up because the guy that was shooting at me before is actually off to my left, right there, and so I kind of screwed that up a little bit, but you can see the flanking routes starting to work. Starting to understand at this stage of the game as well a little bit about the flag manipulation and to kind of areas with which you're likely to see the enemy players coming from. So I'm a little bit cautious on the flag. Did take my time a little bit, not running around the map like a complete idiot. There's absolutely no point. And I wanted to put some, half decent content together. Now this gameplay is, I think, what did I get? I don't know, 32 kills. Maybe, I don't know, 11 or 14 deaths, something like that. So pretty average game, decent amount of kills, I guess. Only came, I think, 7th place or something along the lines of that. But I don't know. I leave the score up at the end so you can see just how well or poorly that I did. But I had a huge amount of fun playing this game. It was absolutely great. First time out, really, really good. People are moving around the map, not sitting in corners and stuff like that. Don't know what happened there. I went to move underneath that train, and all of a sudden my character just decided that he wanted to run up the side of the cliff there, and consequently cost me a death when I should have easily spanked that guy. But whatever, it is what it is. C'est la vie. So let's talk a little bit about the gameplay and what's going on in the background, because obviously this is what I'm trying to do with this video. I've never ever done a live commentary over and just totally winged the commentary. Now, I don't script all of my commentaries. Most of them I will off the cuff it, but I normally have a list of topics that I want to cover, and then I just fill in the blanks and just waffle on. Now, the capture point that you're seeing right here so far on this flag, and I can't even tell you what the flag is. The little tiny screen that I'm watching when I'm over talking this doesn't actually allow me to see that much detail. But this, by far, I think is the greatest capture point on this flag at the moment. From what I've seen, I'm still trying to figure out the radiuses of the capture locations, but this is great. Nobody can come at you from behind. They can spawn off to the left-hand side of this gun. They typically come in front of you where you see me throwing that grenade right now, and they'll come down this little embankment thing which is on the right-hand side by that burning pile of wood. They'll come down there as well, and you can see me, hammer a couple of guys hammer a couple of guys there. But this so far is probably my favourite capture point on this flag. I want to say this is the A flag on their side of the map. So this I think is a good capture point. Very difficult to overtalk a gameplay when I'm actually sitting on the flag, obviously trying to cap the points and then kill this guy with a rocket gun. I absolutely suck with this class. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what it is. Or sorry, not with the class, but certainly with the rocket gun. Anybody else will just one-shot me with a rocket gun across the map, no problem whatsoever. But every single time I go to use it, I don't know, for some reason, I couldn't hit a barn door with a bulldozer, and, you know, I'll shoot at a guy and I'll get like 12 damage or something like that. But, hey, I don't play the class very often, and, you know, this is me giving it a whirl, and I don't really use the rocket gun or any of that stuff, but I do use the grenades a lot. You are going to see on this map an absolutely terrific amount of incendiary and gas grenade usage. I did notice that, not so much in this game, or there is some usage in this game, but certainly the 2 or the 3 games that I played after this, there is an absolutely fantastic amount of gas and all that kind of stuff. And to be fair, because of the close quarters, it actually works out really well. Now, that death that you just saw there happened to me, what I did find happened to me quite a lot, and that was my teammates actually running over the top of you and actually blocking doorways and stuff like that. And I can only assume that's really because everybody doesn't know the map. Everybody's, I guess, trying to do the same kind of thing. But I did find myself tripping over, running over, and coming into contact a lot with my teammates and stuff like that, that invariably were doing random stuff, standing in doorways, you know, not really doing anything, or just lying on the ground so you can't walk over them and things like that. Again, not so much in this gameplay, but certainly in the subsequent games. Just a little something that I noticed. Everybody seems to be tripping over everybody else, and you know, still trying to get a handle on the game. But did get blocked a couple of times. I don't know if it was in this gameplay, but certainly other gameplays. Got blocked in doorways, got blocked coming out of doorways. Guy just stands there looking at you in the face, blocked by a tank right there. I mean, just random stuff like that. Why the guy would park the tank in the wall, I absolutely have no idea. But hey, I don't drive tanks, so maybe that's a tank tactic. Maybe maybe one of you guys can leave a comment down below and let me know what the dealio is with driving tanks straight into a wall. But hey, there we are. I wouldn't do it. But like I say, I'm not a tanker, so what do I know? Anyway, so gameplay in the background, that is one of my I guess one of my observations is there's a lot of trip traffic, we'll call it that. There's a lot of, as you can see now, I'm actually below ground on, I want to say it's butter. There's a lot of undulation in the map as well, so there's a lot of height changes. There's a hell of a lot of houses you can get upstairs in. It is much akin to Amiens, but it's bigger. There's a lot more detail in this map. There's a lot more houses you can get in, and there's a lot more stairs you can climb and windows you can shoot out of, and all that kind of fun stuff. So there's a lot of that going on, but there's also a lot of elevation in the game as well. You know, big piles of broken down rubble and stuff like that. There's trenches in the roadways. There was trenches, that trench I was just in back there on butter, right below the butter flag. Have noticed as well in subsequent games that there actually is, for whatever reason, and it's probably DICE's crazy spawn system, but I saw players actually spawning in that trench on the flag when we were attempting to cap it. So there's a little tip, beware of that. They will spawn in that trench area on the butter flag. I did notice that, so I thought I'd throw that out there and let you guys know. This is a weird setup. This kind of funny room right here. This actually takes you out towards the Charlie flag. So you kind of come in through this. You kind of come through this doorway. Then you have a stairwell that goes actually down outside this 2-story house. But if you go left through the doorway that I'm looking at right now, you can actually jump straight out of that down into like a little crevicey walking area, and then it looks out straight over the flag. So I'm thinking this might be a nice spot to pitch up with a sniper rifle and look over the C flag, which is extremely heavily trafficked. But there's a lot of weird little buildings like that where, you know, you think you're going upstairs or you're on the ground level, and then all of a sudden you can go downstairs onto a different level and you jump out of a window and you're down on that level, but you can also jump out and jump straight over to the C flag, and just a whole bunch of stuff like that. And here you're going to see me classic amateur rookie moves with the rocket gun. I have no idea. I'm going to shoot this guy. I'm sure he was down there. I know roughly where he is. I know I get a hit marker or something along the lines of that, but I it was like 44, what the hell? And then a guy comes around the side of the tram in a minute, and instead of tracking him and just, I guess, nailing him with the tank shell, I completely miss him. And I want to say I get obliterated by a support player or something else, but I absolutely suck with the rocket gun, so don't judge. It's a horrible thing for me. There it is right there. Look at that, absolutely smashed. But you are going to see that classes to run on this game, in my opinion, are the assault class, obviously. I don't actually spend a huge amount of time running the Automatico. I don't think it works as well on console as it certainly does on PC. But in this game, on this particular map, I tell you what, this map is absolutely designed for this gun. This gun is an absolute beast on this map. And you are trying at this point to compete with everybody running the Hellbeagle. The Hellbeagle is actually a perfect choice for this map. I hate to say it, but this map lends itself perfectly to its fire rate, lends itself perfectly to the way it shoots and its accuracy. And really the only thing you're going to compete with that is the Automatico. So you're going to see a lot of people running assault. You're going to see a lot of Hellbeagle play, and you're also going to see a lot of people running the BAR in the support class. Saw a hell of a lot of people running that, and that's all because of its fire rate. I mean, everybody's looking for super quick kills. It's all up close and personal, in your face. I'm overlooking Duff right now. This is the D flag, and everybody spawns right underneath. There's like a tram that goes underneath a there's another trench that runs under that in front of that house, and they seem to spawn in and around that house. And so invariably they'll all be spawning under that, and then they all come running around the house. You'll see a guy comes running around the house here in a minute. There he is right there. Some other guy randomly jumps up on top of the tram. I'm not entirely sure what his thought processes were there. They must have known that I was here at this point, so he gets nailed, out of bullets, missed the pistol shot, and the rest is toast. But so they spawn there. I've noticed that. That's where they're coming from. And if you are on the Duff flag and you are capping the Duff flag, rather than looking the way that I came from, if you look back up towards the houses, I guess I guess it would be to the north. They typically spawn and come down the stairwell, because if you stand at the top of the stairs, you can see all the way down onto D, so they typically come there. And here's a little cheeky spot that I found. I was like, I wonder if you can run out on these ledges. Well, actually you can, and it gives you a perfect sight line over both of these walls. And normally your sight line is completely blocked at this point, but if you get up here on this ledge, you can actually see all the way down into the sight line. Again, another cheeky spot. And as you can see, I pitch up behind the wall, can't be seen, guy runs underneath me. Dirty, cheesy, campy kill, but hey, whatever. I'm going to screw the next kill completely up. I could have had a whole bunch of them here. But you can see him running off the Charlie flag, running past this house. You can see down onto that flag, and you can see down the other way as well. This will be a cheesy spot, and this is not the only spot on the map I've noticed that you can do this. I think it was in subsequent games I went hunting for some of these spots. You can actually jump as you come off the stairwells. You can jump inside the balconies and things like that, so you can actually hide on the balconies, and people will be looking at ground level. And because this map plays out so hectic, people don't typically look up above where you're going to be. And so I found that you can actually pitch up on some of the balconies and stuff like that, and then shoot down onto the people as they come around, run around the corners and into the alleyways and stuff like that. So, as I was saying earlier, this map is very, very up and down. It's undulated. It's got a lot of different height to it, a lot of different elevations, tons of broken down buildings that you can get up into, and stuff like that. Not dissimilar to some of the broken down buildings in Verdun. Then you can get up on top of some of the stuff like that. And again, at Amiens, you can get up on top of the broken down cathedral and things like that. Well, in this map, it's purposely designed this way, so there's a lot of broken down, smashed houses that you can get up on the top on. You can see the alleyways and stuff like that. You're going to see a classic example here, and I screw this up as well. See, this guy runs underneath me. Now I'm above him, so there's his buddies right there. Take them both out. Another guy comes running up here to the left. Don't know what my thought processes were here. He disappears. This guy actually spawned in, caught me completely by surprise. In my mind, I was going to go and turn on the guy that went through the doorway below me. Didn't expect somebody to spawn in right there, but good example of what I'm talking about when it comes to the undulation and the buildings and stuff that you can get on top of, I should say. And you can catch a whole bunch of people out running below you, running around you, and all that kind of fun stuff. So the video is going to come up to a close here, and I want to close it out in style and not just babble on over it. I hope the commentary has been in some way informative. This is a rookie mistake. Watch this. Don't check the doorway behind you. and that's what happens right there. So I hope it's been informative. I hope I haven't just babbled on. I hope I haven't jumped from topic to topic. I'm really stoked about this map, and I really want to try and convey and share with you guys just how good this map is. And I've tried to cram it all in there. Yes, the video's 22 minutes long or whatever it was, but I tried to get it all out there and share with you and convey with you my excitement. I'm going to be playing a ton of this map. I will be playing it on Saturday on the live stream at 11 o'clock in the Central Time in the United States. If you've not checked out the live stream, please come check out the live stream. It's called the Grand Tour. I stream from a different location all over the world. You guys get to pick it. It's just for a bit of fun. It's kind of like a destination stream kind of deal, and you guys get to pick out what classes I run in the throughout the whole the live stream. So you just list out a class, loadout, or whatever you want to see me run, and then we go to town with that and see if we can you know, rack up some decent kills and some fun stuff along the lines of that. So that's what the stream's about. Check it out. It's 11 o'clock Saturday morning, and I'll be playing a lot of this Saturday morning coming. So hope I haven't babbled on. Hope I haven't bored you. Thanks for watching. Get out there, try this map. It's free for everybody. So get out there, no excuses. Get out there, give it a go, give it a spin, and I will see you guys Saturday morning for a live stream. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate all the subs, likes, comments. Feedback's marvellous. You guys are absolutely awesome. Appreciate your support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ta-da.